Good afternoon. It's once again 5:30 on a Friday, and of course, this is your host for the next segment of Hotline 21, the most interactive television show in the nation. And we say interactive because you, the listeners, set the pace. I am so excited to be here. I've had a whole field week of activity in Chicago. Oh my goodness. I've been working like a demon the whole week. We've had all kinds of activity, town hall meetings, group discussions. We've visited businesses. We've interacted with local residents. We've talked about issues. We've expressed concerns. We've just had a wonderful time. And of course, tomorrow is Saturday. You know, it even rained a little bit this week. The blues singers say they call it Stormy Monday. Tuesday is just as bad. Wednesday's a little worse, but Thursday is oh so sad. But the eagle flies on a Friday. And Saturday I go out and play. Sunday I go to church and kneel down on my knees and pray. And oh my goodness, last Sunday did we do some exciting churches. United Baptist Church installed their new pastor, 29-year-old young man from Texas, and there were a whole bunch of folks there from Arkansas, Arkansans. And of course, you know what we say about Arkansas. It's the only state in the Bible. Noah looked over his ark and saw. But tomorrow we've got all kind of activity. Alderman Jason Irwin and the city treasurer Melissa Conyers Irwin are having their annual back-to-school picnic and parade. And that's going to be my third big parade because I did Bud Billiken Saturday before last. I walked my own parade last Saturday, which was the 40th anniversary of my back-to-school picnic and parade that we started in 1979. We've never missed a year. We've been rained on, but we've never been rained out. And tomorrow we look forward to being with Alderman Jason Irwin and City Treasurer Melissa Conyers Irwin and everybody else who come. But today, and we're going to be with you in a second, caller, but I want to first introduce my guest. We have a guest with us this afternoon, and he is from Africa. Beautiful Africa. How about that? Well, a whole bunch of us are from Africa. Some of us came from Africa before others did. Some of us got here a little bit sooner. I'm going to ask him to introduce himself by telling us a little bit about himself. Then I'm going to go to the phone and answer our caller. And then we're going to talk about what he came to talk with us about this afternoon. So, sir, please go right ahead and introduce yourself to our viewers.
Thank you, Congressman Danny Davis. Thank you for having me around here today. Hello, viewers. My name is Wole Akoni Duro Ladipo.
You see why I didn't go ahead and introduce him, don't you? Go ahead.
Yes, you said I'm from Africa. We all originated from Africa. That's a great one. Yes, I'm a cultural exchange program organizer, and I happen to come from the artistic family, a well-known playwright from Africa named Duro Ladipo. And what I do is that I organize a cultural exchange program that we have to talk about the preservation of our cultural heritage. And the one that will be coming up soon in Chicago, Illinois, in which we started about 10 years ago in Dallas, Texas. But we're moving it to different cities within the United States. And this is the time for Chicago, Illinois. So I want to thank the Congressman for having me around here today. Thank you, sir.
All right. Now, where you say you're from?
I am from Nigeria, the Yoruba.
All right. Now, I've been to Nigeria. Actually, I've been to Nigeria 3 times.
Wow.
I've had a wonderful, wonderful time in Nigeria. The former governor of Lagos, Nigeria, is a dear friend of mine, Ahmed Tinubu. Yeah, he's a good friend, and we visited with him. He has visited with us, and he actually went to school in Chicago. He went to Daly College.
Wow, that's
and
great.
his wife also went to school in Chicago. She went to DePaul University. And so we've had a wonderful time visiting with them. But let me go to the phone and get our caller. Caller, are you there?
Good evening, Dr. Davis.
Yes, sir. How are you doing?
And to your guests as well. I hate to say this, but I've been looking over the data and the facts. And the way things is going right now, I want to be wrong. I want to say that first, but I want to be wrong. Donald Trump will wind up being reelected because of several different things. It just still stay true. The last election, we had over 100 million people that did not vote. Unless some, they can come out with some stuff about Donald Duck. Excuse me, I meant to say that. They can come out with some stuff about Donald Trump is messing with underage girls. And guess what? He still will probably be reelected. And then the last election that we had one group that really put him over the top was the white women. White women will deal with sexism, but they don't want to lose their white right. And I never seen so much hatred in terms of racism that's going on right now, because you got some white folks, I ain't going to say all white folks, they don't want to lose certain rights they have, and way to look at things right now, that they are coming the minority.
Well, let me tell you, I couldn't help but agree with some of what you say in terms of racism. Of course, racism means different things to different people. I formulated my own definition of racism back when I was a college student, and I started to define racism as being the deliberate and systematic oppression of one group of people by another group of people for the sole purpose of maintaining dominance and control over the oppressed group. And so there certainly would be oppressors in our country, and we got to make sure that we never allow ourselves to be oppressed without fighting back. So, Chief, let me ask you, the purpose of the Cultural Exchange Festival,
yes, ma'am,
that's going to be in Chicago on September the 6th,
yes, to
which happens to be my birthday.
Yes, sir.
That was the day that I was born
Yes.
a few years ago. And though this wonderful, wonderful, magnificent African-American woman gave birth to a baby boy, and that baby boy happened to have been me. And I am so grateful to her, Mrs. Maisie Lee Davis, the most lovable, delightful woman I've ever known. So
good.
please tell me what this cultural exchange festival is.
Okay, Congressman. Yes, the Cultural Exchange Festival, this is a concept that started 10 years ago. And the main goal is promoting global peace through cultural exchange. What we do is that we bring people together from different cultural backgrounds. We do symposium, we do lectures, and we recognize people in our society who have been contributing to the cultural heritage and preservation of our culture. And this year's own is going to be a very great one. One, the birthday of the Congressman, which happens to be that weekend. And we are expecting a very paramount king from Africa, who happens to be the head overall king.
Now we're going to actually have a king, a real king from
Africa,
Africa,
the Honey of Ife.
to be president. What does being a king mean in Africa right now? What is a king?
Okay, when we say the king, you know, in the Yoruba race, we have His Imperial Majesty. We have the Imperial Majesty, who happens to be the overall head king of all other king in the kingdom. So, and that is the cradle of the Yoruba land.
Is this an inherited position, a title, or how does one get it?
Okay, now we believe in the history that the origination of the Yorubas came from Ile Ife. And the father of all Yorubas in the universe is called the Oduduwa. And that Oduduwa happens to be the father of all the Yorubas all over the world. And this is the king, this is the Oni of Ife, the paramount king in the whole world that we believe is the creation of the whole world, which is Ile Ife.
Now, where is the event going to take place?
Okay.
Where are the performances?
Okay. The event is going to happen 3 days. It's a 3 days event. We have the Friday, the 6th of September, which is going to be our business forum, which is going to happen at the University of Chicago at Logan Center. And it's going to start at 6 o'clock. It's a business forum. Then the Saturday of it, we're going to have a gala and award. And there will be a lot of cultural display and cultural performances, which is going to be at Charles Ace Event Center, which is on Wabash. Then on the Sunday, which is going to be the 8th of it, we're going to have a dinner with the king, which is going to be a coming together to discuss a business proposal and opportunities of getting into more business.
And all of this is going to be, well, one is going to be at the Charles Hayes Center. That is the center that was named for U.S. Representative Charlie Hayes, who actually followed Harold Washington as the congressman for the 1st Congressional District.
Okay.
Charlie was a prominent labor leader and a real icon in African American life and in the African American community. So that's going to be the Friday night.
No, that will be the Saturday.
That's the Saturday.
The Friday is going to be at the Logan Center.
Friday is going to be at the University of Chicago at the Logan Center.
Yes,
All right.
And the Sunday is going to be at the Market Jordan restaurant.
All right, and Sunday will be at the Michael Jordan restaurant. All right, sound like we got a lot of action going. Let's go to the phone and see what our next caller has to say. Caller, are you there?
How you doing, Kanye?
I'm fine, James. How are you?
First of all, I had a good time at the parade last week. And my second question, okay, when Joe had called about it, they gonna vote for Donald Trump again 4 years, it ain't up to Donald Trump, it's up to God. I was gonna ask you that, because God got the last word. And Joe did not say that, but he wants Donald
So you want to ask my guest whether or not he thinks that God wants Donald Trump to be the president of the United States again. Is that correct?
Yeah, because God got
All right, so I'll ask him.
Okay, well, when we're talking about God, where some people will say you can't question God anyway. But I believe God is going to do what he's going to do. But the only thing we can do is to pray to God to do the best that will influence us. So I wouldn't say whether God wants it to be or God doesn't want it to be. But let's just have all our hopes in God.
Well, I'm going to put my hope in God, and I'm going to be like James. I don't think God is going to want this gentleman to be the president again. And of course, God don't necessarily have to want what I want, but I am hoping. I am asking God. I am with all of my desire. Please, God.
Please, God.
Give us a break. And let's see if we cannot have the same president again for the United States. James, thank you so much, as always. We appreciate your call, and I want to thank you for coming to the parade and picnic last Saturday. We had a wonderful time. We got rained on, but we did not get rained out. And it turned out to just be a marvelous day. The kids had lots of fun. They got book bags. They had exhibitions. They had drones up in
Wow,
the air.
that's great.
Going all around, and we had technology in the park. We had hot dogs and Polish sausages.
Wow.
And of course, we had chicken and dressing and all the other stuff. We want to thank all of the senior citizens who came out. We had a big consortium of senior citizens, and so we thank them, and we just had a wonderful time.
That's great.
So now the discussion part
Okay.
of this event. When you say you're talking about, you're promoting peace, and I like that. I believe, as one of our presidents said one time, that peace is not necessarily just found in treaties, covenants, and charters,
Yes.
but in the hearts of men. And I think if he was alive today, he would have said in the hearts of men and women, or he would have simply said in the hearts of people. But peace, I remember a song I used to like. I'm so tired and so weary, but I must go alone until the Lord comes and call me away. But there will be peace in the valley someday. So the bear will be gentle, and the lamb will lay down by the lion. And there will be peace. The host of the wild will be led by the child. And so you think that these discussions help to promote peace and bring it about?
Thank you, Congressman. You see, what I know and I believe and I have to is that our coming together from different cultural background, we were able to sit around the table, talk about some topics that affects us directly. That will give us a very good opportunity for us to express ourselves, our concerns to ourselves, not on the phone, but we can see ourselves. We can really feel it. Not the way I feel it is going to be the way you're going to feel it, but we're going to create a balance whereby we'll be able to understand ourselves better. For example, the business forum There are a lot of questions all over the world today that a lot of people want to go into business, but some people will say you are from different part of the world. You are from different cultural background. How am I going to understand you better to be able to do business with you or to be able to have interaction with you? So purposely, this event is going to create avenue for people from different cultural background to sit down together and have a common goal of coexisting amongst ourselves.
Well, I believe, and I believe that all things, like James, I believe in God. I believe that all things are indeed possible.
Yes.
And I also believe that if you want to go south, the first thing that you do is turn and face that direction. And every time you take a step, you get a little bit closer to 95th Street. But if you headed up north towards Evanston,
you're going the wrong route.
You're going around and around in circles.
Mm-hmm.
Chances are pretty good that you'll never get to South Bend. So if you believe and if you constantly work towards, then I too believe that peace is possible. And there's nothing more peaceful than peace. I mean,
that is true. Nothing more peaceful than peace.
If you remember the guy who wrote the song, "It Is Well With My Soul," he said that when peace like a river attendeth my way, no matter what happens, thou hast taught me to say, it is well with my soul. That notwithstanding whatever is going on around me and whatever is happening, it is well with me because I have a sense of peace
inside me.
And if I can have peace, then I can find contentment. And if I'm contented, then chances are I may live a little bit longer. I don't have as much anxiety nor as much high blood pressure and all those kind of things.
That's true.
So you're going to help bring that about.
Yes, that's our mission.
September the 6th
to the 8th.
The 7th and
the
8th.
Yes, sir.
At the University of Chicago. Well, you selected some of the top spots in Chicago to have it. University of Chicago obviously is an intellectual giant and has produced and generated many thoughts and ideas that have been put into practice. Charles Hayes, great labor leader and activist who became a member of the U.S. House of Representatives and went down in history as a great friend of Mayor Harold Washington and as a great liberator of political and creator of political opportunity in the city of Chicago. So we want to thank you. You got a last word?
Yes. Once again, I want to thank you, sir, for giving me the opportunity to be here. And I'm very happy to be here also, and people to help us appreciate our Congressman for being a very strong pillar, encouraging the young ones to make good use out of their lives. And that's the reason why we're here too. So once again, we shall be looking forward to receive you at that event on the 6th. It's going to be at the Logan Center, University of Chicago, on the 7th at the Charles H. Center, and on the 8th is going to be the Dining with the King. And you can get your ticket or know about the event on www.Yoruba Cultural Estate Festival in Chicago, and you can get your ticket right on Eventbrite if you want to be there. thank you for watching. Thank you, Congressman.
Well, thank you very much.
It's a pleasure.
It's been my pleasure. And hey, come on out, everybody. September the 6th, September the 7th, September the 8th. And you can also wish me a happy birthday. And I'm going to wish myself a happy birthday, and thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. And look, it's going to be a great weekend. Go out tomorrow and have yourselves just a lot of fun. Young people, get ready to go back to school, because as soon as school starts, you can sing school day, dear old golden rule day. Reading and writing and arithmetic taught to the tune of a hickory stick. You was my gal in calico, and I was your handsome barefoot beau. Have a good weekend. Do something good. We'll see you next week.